So, folks, we have to talk about the fact that there's exploding diarrhea popping up all across America. You know how they say, like, oh, why you gotta talk about politics all the time, Jack? Why you gotta make everything political, Jack? Why you gotta make exploding diarrhea political? Like it's a real crisis. uh Cyclosporiasis is like spreading like wildfire across America. Why are you trying to politicize this crisis? And it's just like, well, because it is inherently political. uh According to the Center for Disease Control, this is the affected region of the United States, so far heavily centered on Michigan, but many other regions of the country are being affected by the exploding diarrhea parasite known as cyclosporiasis. And, well, what happens when you eat it? Well, it makes you vomit and diarrhea at the same time. It's really unpleasant. Thankfully, nobody has died yet. However, many people have been hospitalized. There are so far around 1,600 confirmed cases of this, many of them requiring politicization. Not politicization. Many of them requiring hospitalization. We're gonna get to how this is all politicized in a minute. But why are suddenly so many people getting sick? Who could have foreseen this? I mean, it's not like, the United States government took a hatchet to all of the programs that are dedicated specifically to preventing foodborne pathogens and parasites and, from being able to proliferate. It's not like the FDA got cut to the bone and, fired 20,000 HHS employees. It's not like the entire Food Emergency Response Network was systematically dismantled and underfunded by Doge because it was deemed being too woke. Guys, they literally voted Donald Trump in, and he's giving you violent, exploding diarrhea across the country. We let Elon Musk have like 6 months of being the shadow president, and his policy changes have murdered people across the planet, mostly children, and he's also given thousands of people violent diarrhea across America. Now, in a sane world, of course, we would be able to appropriately say, hey, that's the fault of the Trump administration because they cut all of the food safety programs that prevent, manufacturers and growers from not properly like washing their produce and making sure infected and substandard produce isn't shipped out across the country. But the Trump administration deliberately slashed those policies and programs specifically as a gift to those growers and producers, those major agri-corporations, because guess what? Costs money to actually inspect and make sure all of those things are up to standard. Well, luckily, we know who the true culprit is, and the federal government is on the case. And, of course, that means that authorities are investigating Taco Bell.
Ah, the worms are back! Ah, the worms are back!
Now, I feel like in 2026, I shouldn't have to point out that Taco Bell is not responsible for like the infected produce that a mass agricorp grew, produced, and distributed across America. Taco Bell is not responsible for that. Arguably the original grower and, distributor might be, but also the people most responsible are the Trump administration. The Trump administration did this. Yeah, like health officers in Michigan are reporting that in Michigan alone, there are 2,640 cases at this point. Across the entirety of the rest of the United States, it's a 1,500. Literally thousands of people are ill from the exploding diarrhea parasite. Trump gave Michigan exploding diarrhea. I guess all that I have to say here is that we are living in a world where this administration has made it clear how much it hates you. Like, it's out here knowingly giving you guys diarrhea. It's out here knowingly sending people to the hospital with explosive diarrhea. And with explosive diarrhea parasites. MAGA will still say, nah, it's not Donald Trump's fault. It's his birthday. He's a little birthday boy. And it's just like, what are you talking about? This is like the most stereotypical, incompetent, evil thing you could do. I'm just, like, at a certain point, how do I make it clear that this is all being caused deliberately by the dumbest people alive doing the bidding of billionaire capitalists? Like, I want to make a better argument, but, like, this makes the argument just on its own. This set of facts existing in this line together makes the argument. And yet, I know that there are going to be some people who are like, well, Trump didn't give me the exploding diarrhea parasite, so he's still pretty good in my book. And it's just like, what? I don't know what to say. I don't know how to get through to folks like you. I don't know how to do it. Our government is literally and deliberately cutting food safety and embracing like substances like raw milk that are known to get people sick. Literally, one of the leading reasons that children died young was the lack of pasteurization in milk. It was a huge medical accomplishment. And now the Trump administration is like, yeah, whatever, drink raw milk. And now people are dying again. Sometimes there is a set of cause and effect that's difficult to follow through our obtuse bureaucratic systems and complicated legal, whatchamahoozits. But in this particular case, like, it's pretty one-to-one. We cut the safety straps and then something bad happened. Oh, something incredibly, enormously, predictably bad happened. We stabbed a bunch of holes in our parachute and then jumped out of a plane. Hope nothing bad happens. Like, that's where we're at. Like, that's where we're at right now with the Trump administration. And there are still going to be some people in MAGA hurtling towards the ground who haven't yet, like, reached for their parachute ripcord, saying, that's my guy! And then they'll rip the cord, and then they'll get the explosive diarrhea and shit themselves to death, Anyway, this is the story of exploding diarrhea parasites in America. Thanks, Donald Trump, truly making America great by bringing us back to an unpasteurized past, and a past where foodborne pathogens roamed free. Truly the time in America's history when we were great. That's my guy. Sometimes stories are so stupid my brain just breaks. This is one of them. Anyway, folks, get organized. Join your local Dems. Join your local DSA. If you need help, join our Discord. Reach out to Gamergy for help with DSA. Reach out to Dragonfly for help with your local Dems. And folks, leave a comment. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. And last but not least, check out ImogeneOlivia.com. Gender euphoric lingerie designed from the ground up for trans femmes, also tested with cis men, cis women, non-binary folks. It is comfortable, sexy, non-tucking lingerie. Go check it out, ImogeneOlivia.com. Link down in the description. We just got a new restock in, new color. Go look at it. And with all that being said, let's keep on going. And also, make sure you observe proper food safety and maybe go a little bit above and beyond until we get to a new president and a new administration that actually cares about funding initiatives to keep you safe from foodborne illnesses.
Riverboat Jack is coming to town. All the viewers gather around. Twitch and YouTube and Swishy streams. All that content is bursting the seams. Politics, being and plenty more.